Well, well, what a glittering assemblage. No, please don't leave. You did not click on the wrong video. This is not a Maleficent costume tutorial. No, this is about something else entirely. An actress, actually, but not Angelina Jolie. Just get it through your head that this costume has nothing to do with the video. I just made this hat a couple years ago, and today I was having a bad hair day, and this was the first hat I could find, so I just threw it on and thought it looked silly without the rest of the look. When I couldn't find my pet crow, because it turns out I don't have one, so I improvised. Hey, I'm trying to do a video. Yes, you can go. It's okay, I can fix it. Anyways, if you read the title of this video, you know exactly which actress I'm talking about. If not, my condolences on your illiteracy. So yeah, in the comment section of at least every video I've ever made, there have been comments saying that I look like Rachel McAdams, and do I see it? A little. La petite, ein bisschen, kidogo, makikaka. But regardless of what I see, I've decided it's time to give some of the people what they kind of want. So without further ado, here is the week I dressed up as Rachel McAdams every single-ish day. So today I'm going to the DM.
Now the audio in this clip is inaudible. Well, I guess it's inaudible too. It's because this was taken on my old butt phone. However, to remedy this, I will just voice over this scene. I'm going to the DMV? We'll find out. Anyways, it's the perfect day to dress up as your character from The Vow because she's at the BDNCE when she meets Channing Tater Tot. To start this look, I'll be wearing a dress that I found in my friend's trash can. Yes, she bought it at a thrift store. Apparently, when she brought it home, it didn't fit, so she threw it in the trash can. I pulled it out of the trash can and I was like, can I have this? And she was like, well, I was just gonna throw it away, so yeah. And it's almost perfect for this character, except the skirt hem is high-low, and we don't want that, so we're gonna chop it off. Speaking of chopping off, this wig is too darn long.
Buckle your hats and hold on to your seatbelts, because it's about to get satisfying.
And now to accessorize our look.
Did anybody else get spanked with a belt when they were little? I mean, I didn't, hardly ever, because I was mildly perfect. And also just because that sound of the belt snapping would replay in my mind anytime I thought about doing something bad. So then I didn't. Remember that sound, kids. Next time you're think about trying a cigarette or kicking a homeless person or whatever bad kids do these days.
The trendiness.
I feel mildly self-conscious and outdated. I'm going to the BDM with my friend, Buddy Josh. He's driving so that I don't crash while driving and vlogging. Vliving is what they call that. Josh, guess where I got this lip gloss?
The ground.
Yes, the ground. Throughout this journey experience, I'm gonna kind of tell you a little bit about where I live so you can find me and kill me. No, just some arbitrary facts about my life in regards to some of the places we'll be passing. For instance, this house right up here still has some Christmas lights up.
Kind of like your Christmas tree.
Those two guys are actually my best friends, Buddy and Bob. If I wouldn't have used the word Bob, I feel like that would have been believable. Bob is just like the least believable name. Either waved back. So there was a missed opportunity. I saw this squirrel staring into its reflection in a puddle, but I didn't get my camera out quick enough. If I would have, the scene would have looked something like this. The squirrel is looking into the puddle. You hear this song begin to rise. Who is that squirrel I see staring straight? I don't think there's anything else like funny or clever I could do with the rest.
But since that ideal scene didn't exactly pan out, I'll show you what actually happened.
That squirrel is so dang cute. Oh, there's Billy and Bob.
Hey, you want this?
Come here.
Now the awkward fact of this is I'm very unobservant, but Josh seemed to notice that the man on the porch that owned the yard that the squirrel was perched on was watching me intently.
I'm starting to think this is maybe like a bad day to wear a costume that involves a wig, because I feel like the BDMV is one of those places where you should look like who you say you are.
That's a good point.
You see this big area right here? The possum attacked my ducks, so we set a live trap, and then we released the possum over here in this area. Run away, little buddy. Yeah, this doesn't really look like me.
But at least I looked like her. I decided it would be wise at this current juncture to reenact that iconic looking back at the camera scene.
So when we were in the lobby trying to get those shots, all the people were looking through the big glass wall at me, just kind of staring. I think they thought I was Rachel McAdams. Why else would they be staring at me? I have nothing to say in this clip, but I noticed it's a pretty good angle of me. I find that with me, the lower the angle, the better. Fun fact about this place where we're at right now, there was a poster of me in this area, and then my dad took it. And now it's on our fridge. It's hard to drink while smiling. It's doable though. We're on a walk. There's a porta potty. See if it's available. Wow. Porta potties have the best selfie lighting. I feel like all cities should have porta potties because then people don't have to feel weird like going into businesses where they don't really know buy anything and ask me if they can use their bathroom. I have an affinity for porta potties. I just think they're kind of ingenious. Or even take away the in. What's the difference between Josh? What's the difference between genius and ingenious? Time's out. So currently I'm just relaxing for a moment before I go to a stranger's house to buy their phone because I need a new one. Josh, do you dare me to lick this money?
I do.
So many people are gonna say this is gross. I'm gonna say, do you know what's on a dollar? Do you know that every dollar contains 90% human feces? That's what everyone's going to say.
Didn't you just get lip stuff from the trash?
I didn't just get lip stuff from the trash. It was like 2 years ago. I got lip gloss from the alley. That's actually really salty. Oh, don't let the money blow away.
Yeah.
The lady in the car behind me, her face is...
She's in a black Dodge Journey.
I think she meant that metaphorically. Like she's in a bleak stage of her life,
She's
dodging a
next to
journey.
us.
Oh, she's next to us. Time for the deal. So I just went to this place where you can build your own pizza, and guess what I told him my name was? I'm so devious.
After midnight that night, I decided I'd wear whatever I want because it was indeed my birthday. Sorry to disappoint, but for the next 24 hours, I was just Micarah. I spent my birthday wearing things I wished were in style and forcing my friends Ruthie and JJ to perform dangerous acts just to please me. So here are the pieces to my Irene Adler costume. I made all of them except the corset. If you are one of the outrageously unique souls that actually intends to make what I'm showing you how to make, you may want to watch the next 20 seconds in 0.25 speed. But to all my sedentary friends who only watch my sewing videos to feel some twisted sense of productivity by proxy, this one's for you. So today I am going to be wearing the Irene Adler costume, and ironically, or should I say ironically, this is the character for which she wears the most makeup, even though it is the most historical character that she plays, because Hollywood is just so fun like that. We got this kind of smoky look, dark lips, all the things just thrown into one look. Not altogether pleasurable, but... Starting with the Kardashianator, aka the bustle pad, you'll want to tie it on and then shake what your mama gave you the fabric to make. And now the overskirt, complete with its front flappity flap. I used a bedsheet on the middle of the back so as not to waste my fancy fabric, knowing it would be covered up by the bustle skirt. It took a lot of strategic strategy to make this hang like an elegantly loaded diaper, but I think I succeeded. I pretty much cheated on the bodice, making the hand-painted buttons in front merely decorative and putting a zipper in the back. Well, now we've reached a sort of awkward point where I can't get this zipped. No one else is home but me. Pretty much all my friends are at work. I guess I could ask a neighbor, but I still don't know the neighbors that live on that side. The neighbors that live on that side aren't home. The neighbor that lives diagonally right over there just called the cops on me last week. So don't worry, I didn't do anything illegal. It turns out it was a big misunderstanding. We're good now, but still, we're just not at that zipper place of our neighborship yet. And the neighbor back there, we used to be kind of close, but now due to Alzheimer's, I am not recognized by said neighbor, so... At least I got it on camera. Well, due to recent events, I look ridiculous. Now everyone's gonna stare at me. Just sad, because this dress was kind of pretty. Kind of proud of it. Alright, I'm gonna go get some pics of this hot mess of an outfit and then get some food probably. My goal was originally to leave the house as little as possible today since this is the most extravagant of all my costumes. But then Courtney texted me and she really wants to see the movie Tolkien tonight. I don't know how interested I am in this, but I kind of blew her off going to the movies last week, so...
Do you want to be in the frame yet?
So thoughts on this outfit. The bustle is actually extremely comfortable for cradling your lower back when you're sitting. Do I need to put the hat on? Because it like rubs against the car ceiling. It just kind of looks silly without it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Does anyone else agree that McDonald's has the best Sprite on the planet? I don't know why I took a drink while I was still chewing. I just wanted to be cinematic. Further thoughts on this outfit. Now, breathing in a corset was already a little bit of a complex action, but eating in a corset, that's just full out tricky. My hot tip for you would be the further you can lean back, the better. My primary objective at the location of Walmart was to retrieve a pop socket for my new phone, because I abide by the belief that absolutely everything in life could be improved upon by a pop socket. amazing how few people stared or said anything. My dad even ran into an old friend of his and he said to me, "Wow, you look so tall." It just goes to show that Walmart is the place to go to not get noticed no matter how outrageous you look.
On the one hand, going out in public, and this costume is nice because with the wig, I'm not really recognizable, so even if I run into anybody I know, they won't know it's me. Just kidding. If anyone I know sees someone in a Victorian costume, like from a mile away, they're probably gonna assume it's me. Further notes on this dress, it is insanely destructive. It knocks down everything that I pass. Is this what it's like to have a big butt? Hashtag thick. 'Twas a good thing that I had also made the Irene Adler pantsuit so that I could wear that to the movie theater, except the plot thickens considerably. The plot is thick. I forgot this zipper is broken. My dad left, so once again, I'm the only one home, and the movie starts in 10 minutes. So either I have to cut off this thing that I worked so hard on, cancel my plans, or go to the movies in this.
That was pretty long.
I think we can work with this.
Thank you.
Time to see if we can get this off.
I'm Hannah Montana.
My corset is in a knot. Will this day never end? This is kind of a look.
This is like if the costumers of The Greatest Showman were the costumers of Sherlock Holmes.
When the sharps words would cut me down.
So today I have several errands I have to run, and I want to go with something sort of quick, easy, maybe professional looking. So I'm going to go with one of her looks from this movie called Morning Glory, which I'll admit I've never seen. Has anyone? But I wouldn't have to wear a wig. I just sort of have to spray my hair brownish. For this look, she has bangs, and couldn't find any hair cutting scissors, and I don't want to use my sewing scissors, so we're going to use some Betty Crocker meat scissors. I don't want to do this, so we have to do it fast.
This is such a bad idea.
Crap. Oh, that's really bad.
That's so bad.
That's really crooked too.
Dang. Ah, shoot. Those are so much shorter than I intended. I look like I have bangs. This doesn't look good at all. I would have made those so much longer had I thought about it. Why didn't I think about it? At this point, I was too angry with the world for me cutting my own bangs that I didn't explain what I was doing, which was spraying temporary hair color on my hair. So this is... okay.
Did you cut bangs?
What do you think?
It's bangs. It's fine.
Next, I set out on an exotic journey to recreate these two rando pictures that I found on Google Images. I found that the Salvation Army parking lot was the perfect spot, albeit a little crowded, but at the end of the day, is it really so awkward to stare longingly at a tripod while in a professional outfit in a crowded parking lot?
So I just went to Salvation Army. I'll do a little haul of everything I got.
Think I got shorts? Think I got a skirt? Well, you're wrong. And right. It's a skirt! Think this is just a regular shirt? Well, think again, and you'll realize that you were right the first time and that it is a regular shirt. And then I got this, because how could you look at a thing like this and not buy it? It's kind of expensive, honestly.
I also got this shirt that I'm going to decorate and wear later in this video.
Honestly, in this costume, I got stared at way less than I do on an average day, which is making me question some of my general style choices. I don't know. I feel dang smart with this brownish hair too. Like I want to say words like anti-disestablishmentarianism. I don't know what it means, but it sure feels right saying it. We have a problem. Everyone in there loved my hair color. So now I feel like I have to keep it this like because I've gotten all their hopes up. Also, one girl said I looked smarter. Currently, I'm at my dear friend the Markley's house, and I just challenged Ruth to respond to the next 3 texts or Snapchats she gets with "prove it," no matter what they say. What was the last one somebody sent you?
They were telling me the classes they're going to be taking at Owens.
And you responded with
Prove it.
I challenge all of you watching this video right now. Please respond to the next text you get with "prove it," and then tell me what they said. Hi, it's an hour and a half later and Ruthie still has this mask on. That's all.
Now, because I have to be a brunette again tomorrow for the Doctor Strange character, yet I am running low on this brown hairspray, I am going to have to sleep in this hair. But since I don't want my pillow to look defecated upon, I'm going to have to sleep in this. You know what I look like? I look like a jellyfish. I feel like I'm sleeping in a trash bag. Is this what it feels like to be a raccoon? Do raccoons sleep in trash bags? Probably not.
The great thing about the brown hair color is it rubs off onto my face and I look really tan.
Yeah, right.
You can see right through one nostril to the other side. She should get like a pierce, like put a ring through it or something.
Here is my outfit of the day, and wow, if I felt pressure to sound smart as just a brunette, think of how smart I need to sound as a brunette surgeon.
I put those surgical skills to good use when operating on my first victim, or patient, whatever doctors call their inferiors these days. Anyways, I surgified a dress. Can you guess which character this dress will be used to implicate? Next, I went shopping for some materials I need for some other Rachel McAdams costumes, and consequently, I had to pay for said items. I mean, what is this world coming to?
Now, physically, I haven't been feeling super well today, so I haven't filmed a whole lot, but besides
besides the feeling slightly sick, this is the most comfortable I have been clothing-wise in a very long time. I didn't feel necessarily stared at, but if anybody did, it was only for a split second, and then they looked away as if maybe they weren't worthy. Basically, all that to say, I understand now why people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on medical school. It's so that they can basically wear pajamas and still be respected. My takeaway from this is that I'm going to wear scrubs in public at least twice a month now, because sometimes you want to wear pajamas out in public, but people judge you if you do. Solution. That's today. To make a Regina George tank top, you will need a wife beater, a tube of hot pink fabric paint, and a hand so steady that you could be a sniper if you didn't oppose murder.
It is Regina George Day, and obviously I am regretting cutting these bangs. However, I did discover that they are easily cover-upable. And yes, I say cover-upable, which is not a word, but I can say it because I'm a blonde now. Don't have to sound smart. I'm also wearing these Bellamy hair extensions. I did ask if I could insure them for up to $10,000, to which there was no response. But oh well. By the way, today the goal is to look as much like Regina George as possible while acting as least like her as possible. I want to fill my day with doing things that Regina George would never do. Firstly, I'm going to check the mail because I don't think Regina George would check her own mail. Well, that was anticlimactic. There's no mail. Oh, maybe the only reason there's no mail is because it's just so hard to open. Like, this thing is just so small and hard to grab. I think we could fix this. Boom. Pop sockets! You're welcome, mailman. I just made your job easier because I'm a nice girl.
And now for the daily half-butted attempt to get a picture looking like the character. I must say, upon seeing this film, I just thought it was very strange that all these girls wear high heels to high school.
Now I'm going to go into a gas station and get a coffee. But in order to be a nice girl and not be like Regina George, I'm going to just say nice things to everyone in there. Except wait, that's what she did. She was nice to people and then said mean things behind their back. So I guess I have to say mean things to their face and then come back here and say nice things behind their back. Or I could just, and I'm just gonna be all around just nice. Let's talk about that little gas station trip. Oh my goodness, I thought I would be stared at maybe the least in this because it's the least costumey looking. It's just the most like how anyways, I didn't think I'd get stared at more than when I was in the bizarre Victorian dress with the gigantic bustle. I was wrong. I got stared at. Holy, I don't even know where to start. Every single person in there stared at me, and it wasn't like a
I'm looking at your face. It was a what are you wearing
sort of thing. It's like people see me in a Victorian dress and they think, oh, she's in a costume. People see me in this, they think, is she serious? Is that her style? And the guy at the register, I just said as little as possible, made as little eye contact as possible, and he still talked to me a lot. Like, there was a long line of people behind me and he just kept trying to talk to me. And I just didn't want to come off. You know, it's a good thing Luciana pooped on this skirt just now because I don't want to wear it anymore. Ew, what is on your mouth? Oh, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I was having trouble thinking of things that Regina George wouldn't do. And one thing that neither she nor anyone would do would be sit on your porch swing and have a coffee date with your duck. No? She's nibbling on my arm really hard and it hurts. Why aren't I stopping you? Okay, so it looks like the mailman just hasn't come yet today because I see him in the distance. He's on his way. Let's see if he uses the pop socket.
It's cool to see that.
Oh, the duck?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. You too.
Okay, so we didn't use the pop socket, but I'm not that mad because he kind of looked like the guy from Mean Girls, but like with his hair pushed back.
So this is what I'm wearing now because the skirt, who knew that ducks poop? I mean, you can't have expected me to know that when I put the duck on the lap of the skirt that I maybe didn't want to wear anymore. I've only been a duck owner for like 18 years, which is not even my whole life, so I couldn't find another skirt because these sweatpants are all that fits me right now.
Oh, almost forgot. If you're making a Regina costume, you need to go to Hobby Lobby and get a little letter and a little chain.
So something that is very anti-Regina Georgie that I've been wanting to do this week anyways is something I've done before, which is Instagram prayer requests. So I post on Instagram, do you have any prayer requests? People submit some. I spend an hour to a few hours praying over them. By the way, just so you know, I pray for all my subscribers / viewers, even the ones that don't submit prayer requests, whether you like it or not. I'm just gonna have to deal with that. Oh. Why is my tongue yellow? Do I have like a disease? Dad, are there any diseases that make your tongue yellow? Okay. Okay, so yeah, prayer time. Buddy Josh and my dad and I are going to Chipotle. See how many references I can make in the meantime. If you're wondering why he's standing up so slow, it's because he's very, very old.
How about we take my pink car? Get in, loser, we're going eating. Oh wait, we can't because the government stole it from me. Okay, pan to the ground.
She's wearing pajama pants. You know how much more respectable she would be if she were wearing scrubs instead? 12 more respectable at least. You can't sit with us. You can sit with us.
in this outfit, I should go to the mall because this, in fact, was her mall outfit in the movie. You know what that thing, those seatbelts, it's like the person that puts their hand on your shoulder while you're wound up and says, calm down. It has like the opposite effect. Well, friends, it's the end of an era. Payless is going out of business. And I was trying to decide between getting these shoes and these shoes, but I think I'm actually gonna get both pairs so that I can wear one on each foot. I feel like that could be a trend soon. Never has been, so it's past due. Are you guys talking about foot health?
No.
I was gonna get 2 pairs of shoes thinking I was splurging, and then I got up at the register and found out all the heels were 90% off, so let's go. So now that I got these fancy new heels, I really want an occasion to wear them. And on the way home, we passed a wedding reception, so I think I'm gonna put on something slightly nicer and then hit that up. Sound good?
But what about the Rachel McAdams thing?
Pajama pants. This is where the reception is going to be. At least I'm pretty sure there's a reception going on.
Now it is time for Wedding Crashing 101. Pay close attention, for you can never anticipate the severity with which you'll be received at a stranger's wedding. Step 1. Locate the resident drunk aunt or uncle. Every wedding should have at least one. Now make sure your every dance move is at least 2 degrees less bizarre than theirs. Rule number 2. Do not show up empty-handed. A candle or a picture frame will always do nicely. Rule 3. Studies say that brides prefer not to feed strangers at their wedding, so don't eat any food. Rule W. Don't hesitate to participate. 9 out of 10 medical professionals agree that wedding crashers should indeed sign the guest book and leave treasured advice. Rule 44. If anyone questions your existence, be sure to inform them that you are Matt's date. The name Matt is so common among millennials that there's bound to be one there, and no one will question you further.
We noticed these porta potties, so. What if there would have been a dead body in here? Not to drone on about the porta potty subject, but I know I'm not the only one. It's like hair. People like to act like they think hair is gross when they find a hair somewhere. They're like, ew. But does anybody really think it's gross? Or is it just one of those things we all think we're supposed to act like we think is gross? Oh yes, 3rd or is it 4th rule of wedding crashing? Always leave once the bride starts staring at you for more than 5 to 8 seconds at a time.
But especially the bride's mom. I feel like that's kind of worse.
I feel like no, because tomorrow I'm having brunch with my friend and ex-coworker Kylie. She texted me ahead of time to let me know that she will be looking frumpy, not her best.
I was talking too slowly in that clip, so here's a voiceover. I said, in order to honor and respect her, I will compensate for her drabulous outfit by looking my uttermost best tomorrow for our brunch at Waffle House. Cue the making of the shirt from Married Life, a very peculiar movie with Rachel McAdams in it. Fun fact, currently while I'm doing this voiceover, it is 9:12 p.m. 9:12 being the last 3 numbers in 1912, the year the Titanic sank. Titanic is a movie, and so is Married Life, so as you can see, I have a lot in common with Rachel McAdams.
I look like Hannah Montana. Maybe just slightly too fancy for Waffle House.
But like honestly, there's nothing anyone could wear that wouldn't be too fancy for Waffle House.
Now for Jecca, I'm wearing a tan coat and a scarf that is alarmingly similar to the one that she wears in the movie. So Josh has been helping me try to set up the perfect look-alike selfie roughly an hour later, and we decided that one of the first ones we took was the best. This is like really stuck. This'll do.
Now it is time to embody a character from a little movie called The Notebook, or as I like to call it, the Not a Healthy or Properly Functioning Relationship book. I asked Instagram like forever ago which of these dresses I should make, and by now you've probably guessed that they chose the red one. Congratulations! You guessed it, you victorious little victor you. The dress I was finishing up while I was clad in my luxuriously comfy scrubs was the Notebook ice cream scene dress.
This hair reminds me strangely a lot more of Dorothy than of The Notebook. I think if my hair were shorter, I've done enough hair cutting for one video, don't you think? Oh, there's still eyelash glue on my forehead.
The dress turned out well, and in it I made a big mistake and I committed the crime of jaywalking, and now I'm making a bigger mistake by posting the video of me committing a crime to YouTube. Next I wanted to recreate that famous scene from The Notebook where they fellowship over ice cream, so Courtney and I made a special secret ice cream handshake, so that was cute. Now that scene wasn't really true to the movie, but obviously I wasn't going to do the accurate version with Courtney, so I did it with a wall and it turned out pretty good. There was something missing though, so in the next take I added a hat. I couldn't put my finger on it, but something about this felt very wrong, and my suspicions were confirmed when the cops came for me. Oh, but then again, maybe it was because they had received reports of somebody jaywalking.
Now to get that bathing suit shot, we are going to distant and exotic Lake Erie. Are you trying to hide? Believe it or not, in the distance, there's a bald eagle. I'm gonna try to get closer. How can I approach it? Maybe I should like call to it in its native call. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Oh, I see him walking away with a fish.
There was a specific spot along Lake Erie that I planned to get this picture, but alas, when we arrived, the Walleye Festival was happening.
Like, okay, just to show you what it is in comparison to my foot.
Size 9.
They don't call it the Walleye Festival for nothing. You think I should bait the eagle with it? 10 points to anyone who can tell me what kind of fish that is.
I like anything from Lake Erie can't be fresh.
The bird from The Incredibles that like alerts the authorities. So we wasted a lot of time at the festival because I have been procrastinating getting in that water, partially because it smells like dead fish. There are several dead fish around here, but now it's time to put my money where my mouth is. Wait, no, prepare it. Just get in the water. Okay. It's like they don't take my job seriously. Reincarnation and stuff. They look like I'm having fun and I'm in love.
If you'd like to see a tutorial on how to make this bathing suit, I did film the whole process, but I didn't put it in here because this video is just too gosh darn long already. I'm so sorry.
Call me a bird! You got a fish! You're in the water! I don't know because it's... Come back, we have to do the thing. Can you say you're a bird? Thank you! I'm a bird! Oh,
Get out there and step on rocks.
Well, friends, thank you for joining me on this journey. 1 week of Rachel McAdams costumes and not a single person recognized who I was supposed to be, so I'd say that was a whopping failure. Anyways, I hope you had fun. Let me know if there are any other actresses I could do this with. I could think of a few that it would be fun. Oh, could you guys tell me I'm a bird? What? Could you say you're a bird?
You're a bird. What is the word?
Outro.
See you later.